trying to watch myself live.
Do the point thing. Go ahead, you got.
All right. What's going on? Facebook Live. I feel like we should do like them old people do who not used to social media and be like, oh, we live, we got any viewers? But being that we are on a time clock, we're gonna kick this thing off. What's going on, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Jays and Grays. We are on episode 8. That means we got momentum rolling. That means we're gonna be rich. So only 72 more episodes, and this thing gonna blow up. So if you ain't watched it, if you haven't watched up to episode 47, kiss my ass. But anyway, I'm just playing. I got my co-host with me, Mr. Dave. Tell him, Dave, say what's up, man.
What's up, man? What's up? We on episode 8, feeling great.
Episode 8, and we feeling great. And we got a special guest in the building, one of our good friends. We go way back, at least 11 years. I watched her grow from a young woman to still looking like she's only 13. Brandi Denise, say what's up.
What's up?
Ain't changed a bit.
You gotta do the host they give the women. They be like, you want to hear some ladies? Some
ladies,
female perspective.
Yeah.
Ladies, make some noise.
I think
I know you would hate that.
No, I'm not. You had another woman on the show before. Okay.
We had Niche on the show.
Oh yeah, we did have Niche. You know, Holton Hamilton don't let no women come on the show.
Shut the hell up! I can't wait till we see each other again so I can smack the shit out your ass. I'll show y'all what a Holton. You know what? Y'all want me to come on this motherfucker with a kufi and a goddamn dashiki?
Your ponytails.
I gotta find one though. Oh yeah, this is good enough though. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker like this though. I like the little.
Who likes that?
David, give me some of that beard oil you was trying to put on before the show start. You know what I'm saying? I don't got a lot of grays. Oh, what is that, Dave? Give your shameless plug. Come on.
They haven't sponsored that shit, but this is something that I've been thinking about using called Tint. Tint is I just dip it, apply it. You know, I don't like to use.
Why do you use it right now? Can you tell us why do you use it?
Because sometimes you go on auditions for stuff, and you know, you don't want to look too old as you go on the audition.
No, you like describe that horribly because you just dip it and you put it on. Okay, so it's dye.
Yes.
He's putting black powder on his beard
because he's insecure about his age.
Well, I didn't say all that, but it's like, you know, when you get charcoal and you just like rub it on stuff, he's like rubbing charcoal on his face so he can get younger roles.
Brandi, what do you use for your mustache?
This nigga is, you are on one today, bro. You are on.
And she couldn't say shit. She like,
that was so rude.
Brandi ain't got no money. We talk shit on here, Dave. I'm so tired of you and you just you've been acting real nice lately, Dave, and it's starting to trouble me. You need to get the fuck out the house. Where's your edge at? We all talk shit.
He got Fraggle Rock throw his fucking wag joke.
Hey, hold on. Here's LaVar late ass. We gonna really roast this motherfucker right now. We just admitted Lavar Walker to the podcast. And let's see why the fuck he was late. I was taking a nap.
Let's talk about your feet.
What? Let's talk about him. Can't nobody see him? Can't nobody see my feet?
But I will find the fucking video. Like, don't talk about.
I got the perfect picture. I got the perfect picture.
What picture? Wait a minute. What picture?
Remember the other night? It was me, you, and Rob. And we was like having old pictures of like us hanging out back in the day. You fell asleep.
Dave,
you fell asleep, blacked out in your bed, in the back, the bottom of your foot.
First off, that was years ago, and second of all, that's fighting dirty. That's fighting dirty. Hey James, I just admitted LaVar to the room. So, did you see that or what?
We're good. If you want to bring him in,
I already admitted him, so I'm not sure.
I do not see him.
What's up, Chief? What's up, Joe? What's up, Tom? What's up, yo?
There we go. Here we go.
What is happening, Brandi?
That's the start of the beginning.
Brandi, what did you say you was drinking again?
Champagne.
Prosciutto.
Prosciutto, whatever. Where'd you get that from? Walgreens? I ain't mad at you, player.
You ask questions and don't let nobody answer.
If y'all could do me a favor, if y'all could go to the Jays and Grays page and actually share the live feed to your personal page, that would be great.
I never don't nobody interact with me on Facebook.
Choose the fuck out of me. Okay, all right.
Hold on, I'm sharing mine to my page. Yeah, I got a lot of people who say they love me, but when it comes to the likes, it's a whole different story. But you know what? We still gonna share it anyway. I just take record of this and mental note. I've been saying when I blow up, y'all can kiss my ass for like 17 years, but it's gonna happen. Let me see.
What's the first thing you're gonna do once you blow up?
Probably write a post telling everybody that he told them so.
I'm not telling nobody when I get rich. They just gonna see me one day pulling up. You know, and like a 2000 whatever year it's gonna be, like Honda.
No, you
motherfuckers get money and don't know how to have money. Like Drake, because he still dressed like shit.
You are too jaded to show up in a Honda. You gonna come through in like a Bentley with like your ex, with like one of your exes like face like airbrushed on the door. Like, bitch, I told you.
I am not bitter. I swear to God, I spread love. That's all I do.
Is Lavar here or not?
I don't fucking know. Hit him up again.
He's in the room.
What's going on?
He's not in the Zoom. Oh gosh.
Anyway, yeah.
This is the greatest segue into an HBCU podcast.
I hope that you're editing all of this out because this whole top 10 minutes is ghetto.
What?
Well, guess what?
Well, that's what the fuck this is. Raw, uncut, Jays and Grays. God damn it. This ain't no politically correct shit. We keep it 100.
The fuck this is the ghetto show.
We keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? It's a little rashness, but it's a lot of intellectual conversations, which we're going to get into here shortly. You want me to wear a tie on this shit or some shit, Brandi? What?
That's the one you start talking about.
Do I need to put on my bow tie and my fake glasses that I wore last week? That was like pretty uncomfortable.
You wear fake glasses?
Sometimes.
Why? You know what? We had this conversation
because perception is people's reality. That's why.
I can't dye my beard, but you can walk around looking like a fake ass professor.
Well, I'm still pretty smart, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, yes. So we have been kind of catching up. This is what we do when we get together, man. I love these two people, man. Me, Brandi, and Dave go way back.
Oh, we love you too, Eli. Sorry.
Shut up. But let's talk about what's been going on since we had our show last week. So we've had an inauguration that Trump did not go to, but Trump said, you know what? Y'all think I ain't shit. I'm gonna show y'all how nice I am. And he pardoned how many people was it? He pardoned 158 people he pardoned. So basically, if you didn't say anything bad about Trump or you publicly endorsed him, he basically said, you know what? I fuck with you.
Did he pardon R. Kelly?
Remember that. No.
Did he let R. Kelly fly?
I don't think R. Kelly even knew who was the president for the last 4 years. But anyway.
Okay, so he pardoned 73 people and commuted the sentences of 70 others.
Okay. What's commuted the sentence and pardon? What's the difference between that? Can somebody tell me what that is? Who knows anything about like
I have no idea what that means. I can't even tell you. I'm sorry.
So we got to figure out, James, if you can Google what's the difference between commuting a sentence and pardoning someone.
Sure.
Maybe it means like he reduced the sentence or some shit. I don't know. That's what it kind of sounds like.
I think commutation means you acknowledge that you did the crime. And
hold on, we got Lavar Walker. Lavar is in the building. Lavar, say what's up, man.
Yo, what up, man? Dude, I had dozed off, man.
We said your old ass asleep, bro. I said it's 10:30 your time.
I'm like, dude.
But we got weird
but you still got on a hat, a fresh tee, and a chain on. But you know what? I'm glad that you dressed up for the podcast and you came presentable.
Time out, Enoch. Do we need to log off and come back because right now the images that people are seeing on Facebook
we're
straight.
straight.
All right, never mind. All right, this is the real shit here right now, man. Y'all not getting the edited version. Y'all getting the. Right now. All right, welcome, Lavar. What's going on, bro?
Yeah,
Lavar is muted.
Okay, that's how we roll here.
Hold on, you gotta unmute. All the technical stuff that's happening. You need to be doing that, James.
I don't have control over the mute.
Oh,
unmute yourself, Lamar. I said Lavar.
All right, I'm unmuted. I was trying to pull this up on my laptop, but it's tripping.
Well, it don't matter as long as you here, man. We glad you came. What's up,
Lavar? You said you was asleep. You weren't watching the worst versus battle of all time?
Boy, I fell asleep on this shit, man.
Because I talked to you earlier. You was like, man, I gotta watch that.
Bro,
Ashanti,
bro, I was sleeping. I was sleeping. All I could hear it like their little voices in the background was just, it really gave me good rest. All I hear, ooh, baby. Like it knocked me out, bro. Like,
is there any song that Ashanti or Keisha Cole sang that people were like, oh, this is my shit? Because like I know when they had the Gucci and Jeezy verses, like it was at least like 12 songs that I got hype off of. But it's not one Ashanti and Keisha Cole song that I would like, oh damn, I remember this one. It's not one.
Well, I just look at the shit to have something to talk about on my videos on Facebook and all that. So I was trying to find a moment, but I was out, bro.
And if we can real quick, because Lavar, we were kind of talking about like how the comedy shit has changed up versus like stand up to different avenues of it. And if you could like quickly give a small just take on what's it been like having to maneuver and kind of like grow past the stage, and because you've been getting a hell of a following on Facebook and Instagram.
Well,
so you could talk about that real quick.
This year has been pretty cool. I mean, that's just been my goal because I want to build a fan base, and in 2020, 2021, dude, is how else do you get in front of people? How else do you get their attention? You got to have a fan base. Gotta have a fan base. It's very important. So just using the social media to, garner attention. Attention is money. So, I want to have a big enough fan base so I can sell tickets and merch and, tour, man, and make this a profitable business. Shit.
It's two things you gotta have. You gotta have a fan base, or you gotta know how to twerk. Other than that, you good to go.
Yeah, but if you're twerking without a fan base, what are you doing?
Somebody gonna follow you. It might be a whole bunch of thirsty motherfuckers, but you're gonna get a following though. Them numbers is gonna get up.
Bro, I just don't, I've had this conversation so many times before, but I just don't really see like, I mean, what do you do now as a comic, as a comedian? What do you do? How do you sell the ticket? Yeah. How?
Fire ass tweets.
Because being funny ain't enough. Just being funny on stage, that shit ain't enough. Yeah. I think like before the internet got real heavy, I think that, stand-up comedy was a thing people come out and see. And it's like, man, we're gonna see this guy that's gonna make us laugh. So like, who's this guy that says he's gonna make us laugh? Let's go see. And a lot of people didn't know the whole backstory of a comedian because it's almost like you're a magician in a sense, because the audience, they don't know that you've been on the road struggling for years and you've been doing these same bits for however long, and they come out and they see you and they're wowed by it. Now it seems like the audience needs to really know you now. Like you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's totally different, dude. It's totally different. Motherfucker can't go on the goddamn Tonight Show. I told Rob Hayes, when Rob Hayes did the Tonight Show, I said, Rob Hayes, think about this, bro. If this was 93, you would be out of here, bro. Tonight Show?
That's not what I would want to hear before I do the Tonight Show. Like, if this is the past, this would be really important. But go out there and kill that shit.
I mean, this was after he did. I said, dude, if this was
okay.
the 90s.
I thought before. I was like, nigga, you.
No. This was after I saw him. He had a great set. But I was like, dude, like, to show you how things have changed, so drastically, man. It's changed. So you have to adapt. That's the only thing you can do as a comic. You got to adapt.
Well, congrats on the fan base growing. Like I said, I didn't even know about the Facebook stuff. I just saw you on IG, and the IG was booming. But after talking to you, you was like, man, the Facebook is really like,
the Facebook is doing phenomenal. So
I'm
telling. What you saying?
I'm just telling E-Dot that we gotta do more promotions on the Facebook side. Because we don't know.
So yeah, Lavar, you gotta follow his page. He's really good at the commentary. So, so we actually wanted to really get into today's topic called School Daze. If you guys are not familiar with the popular HBCU movie from the 80s, School Daze, we felt that it was appropriate to discuss because everyone that's on this call, on his Zoom or podcast, whatever you want to call it, with the exception of James Webb, has went to an HBCU. I don't know, James, you may have went to an HBCU. I've seen a couple white people from HBCUs because they got the minority scholarships. I'm like, look at this motherfucker come to school for free and shit. You know what I'm saying? 100% paid.
Our valedictorian 1 year at Morehouse was a white dude.
There was a white Kappa at TSU. I was a little confused, but I'm like, you know what? Get it how you live. You know what I'm saying? But, whatever. He was a little offbeat when it comes to stepping, but
don't talk about my white frat brother.
Hey, maybe, I'm just saying. He was there. He was cool, though.
I didn't know he was a Kappa, Lavar. Okay, all right, cool.
He did everything except say the N-word, but I mean, he was cool though. But
we got 3 people in fraternities. Like, so you're a member of Kappa Alpha Psi. I'm an Alpha Phi Alpha. E-Dot is in Hotep, and
Eli got the face of iota.
You got me fucked up. If I could wish through this cat, I'd slap shit out of you. I ain't no
like iota in the face.
And whatever. Then you only smash Sigma Gamma. No, I'm sorry. You about to have me go out and get us in trouble.
I'm like, please shut your mouth.
I'm only attracted to Zetas. I love the Zeta ladies.
Oh, come on, chill out.
Hey, I love the Zeta. I'm bullshit. I'm bullshit. Hey, look, bro, look.
Could y'all do me a favor and email me this link to this? Because I'm trying to get it on my laptop.
James, can you do that? Hey, just put your email in the chat because I just finished off this cup of Tito's.
Yeah, bro. It's Lavar, LAVAR 02@gmail.com.
I got you.
James was like, is that a capital V? Or like, why do white people have a problem pronouncing and spelling black people names? How do you spell Dontarius?
All right. Calm down.
Look, we're not about to pick on the white people.
He got his own one tonight.
James, my man, though. We talk, bro. How you gonna say that? You was talking about
Lavar02@gmail.
You really can't be texting people Zoom links. Like I had to email it to myself. Like you got to email the Zoom link.
I did email it to you, ma'am. Did you get the Evite?
I didn't get the Evite.
That Prosecco got you confused.
Yo, I want to talk to Brandi. I'm so happy and proud of you, Brandi, on Power. Like you really, you are phenomenal. Like, and that's such a great look for you. What is it like working on Power? Like, it's like the hottest show. And that's really dope. Like, she's a comic on the hottest show.
Brandi got all excited. She changed up. She's like,
Only about me. Go ahead, Brandi. You got the flow, baby.
No, it's interesting because like the people closest to me would tell you that like I didn't watch the show before I was on it. I don't watch a lot of TV, so I don't think I realized how big it was. So it was cool, but I feel like just being a comedian and just being like an artist, like we always are overachievers. So I still sometimes, even like when I first started doing it, I didn't want to like share stuff because I was like, I only got like 5 lines. Like, I don't know. It's just real. It's like,
nah, but I just think you stand out with, you know what I mean? Like, I think like it's sweet. Like even if you ain't in there for like a whole show, just the appearance and how you connect so many of the dots. Because
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a huge fan of the show. I'm really into it. You know what I'm saying? So
I think as far as like that, I think that's why they keep bringing me back, because that character is like, and I hear it on set too. Like a lot of the directors were like, your comedic timing is amazing. Like when I do a scene, it's in and out. Like it's like we only do a couple takes of it. And so that was really nice to hear, because coming from a stand-up world, to know that like all the comedic timing that I've like learned being on stage in front of live people is able to translate onto screen. But it's been cool too, because most of the people there are Black, the people behind the screens, the people writing, the people. So when you hear all these like horror stories about like working with people who are like, don't understand the Black plight and all this stuff, I feel really blessed that I haven't had to like deal with a lot of that. And even the white people who are on the show, like the white writers and the white directors and things like that, they're used to working with Black people. So it just feels like such a safe space.
So look, let me ask you this. How did you get it? Did you just go in and audition for it? How did this come about?
It was the grace of God. I was in Chicago for 2 weeks just visiting. And I was like, let me come back to LA because I had been gone for a while. And so I hit up my manager and was like, I'm back. She was like, well, I got an audition for you. I was with her for a year. She only got me 2 auditions. One was for the this gospel movie, and another one was for Power. And she was like, well, if you do it, they want you to like fly there and be there and like be a local talent, because they couldn't find somebody in New York. And so I'm thinking like, I didn't even know what Power was. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. So I'll do it. I actually went to go do Billy Sorrell's and D-Lay podcast, and them niggas was playing around, taking too long, and the camera was set up. So I was like, well, I got to audition. Can somebody record this? So they recorded the audition, and then like 2 days later, they were like, oh, you got it. And it was crazy because like to hear that I didn't even have an agent at the time. And then to hear like they couldn't find a person in New York, and it went to me, and randomly I did the audition because I hated auditioning for shit. It was just real.
Oh, I hate that shit so much. I hate that shit. But congratulations to you, because that is like, I hate it so much that I turn down shit because I just don't want to do it.
I've stopped doing that.
You stopped doing what?
I've stopped turning things down, because here's the way I look at it now, because since then I've been able to audition for a lot of like series regulars and just like bigger parts and things like that. Now I audition for everything. I just auditioned to play a stud in the Issa Rae show that's coming out. And like, I'm definitely not a stud, but now at this point, it's just kind of like, let me see if I could become this person. Now it's just like free practice. So
set it off. There you
That's
go.
Dope, yeah. That is so dope. I'm happy. Now, are people recognizing you? You getting recognized in the street?
Sometimes when I do like shows like this or other shows, but like when I go to clubs, like when I started going to like comedy clubs and stuff, people would come out because they were like, oh, it's Epiphany from Power. Now, the place that I got recognized the most, which kind of shocked me, was I went to the strip club in Miami.
I knew it was in Florida. It had to be in Florida.
It was like, bitch, you are a hero. You us. You. And the funny part about it is my character's a stripper, but she never strips. But like, yeah, when I went to the strip club, they gave me like a VIP section, a bottle. They gave me money to throw. It was girls trying to get me lap dances. It was so weird because I'm still.
Wow, that's so dope. That's a blessing,
dope,
man.
But I like it too, because my character dresses up so much that like, it's not people. Sometimes like people don't even know it's me. Like I have seen fans of the show like post real pictures of me and be like, "This is really what a picture."
Like,
that's somebody that's insane right there who finds you to be like, this is what you really look like without knowing.
I've seen like hundreds of tweets about my character. They are really
and I think they're gonna really, for this next season, they obviously about to make that character a little bigger because Tariq didn't kill you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't watch the shows. I'm just like, all right.
It's been great. I mean, I've talked to Courtney Camp on several occasions, and she's always just like, we just love your character. Your character's so funny. And like, they don't really have funny people on there. Like Tommy's funny. the white boy is a little funny. And so it was cool to kind of have that role to stand out. I don't know his name.
You in a good spot. That's a good spot, man. You in a great. That's a great spot, and you do a hell of a job.
Well, Lavar really is into this, so I want to thank both. I want to thank both of y'all for being on the show.
Look. I just want to ask one more.
Friends, and they don't even care.
Like, first of all, that's our bad for not shouting that out. But Lavar was like, yeah, shout out for power, and then you were like, I care about this podcast now. So I was like, you know what? Eat out, sleep. Wake up, eat out.
Wait, let me ask Brandi one more question.
We was definitely gonna get into that. But yeah. everybody was gonna get like they just do and what they got going on. But y'all beat us to it, so just let it roll.
I was like, welcome to the Power Podcast with Lavar and Brandi. And then
you like, fuck what y'all talking about. So Brandi, can I ask you a question? Can you tell us about like them?
Welcome to the show, both of y'all, man. For real, like,
hey, did y'all email me that link? I'm tired of holding this phone.
It was Lavar Walker 202 at Gmail.
No, man, Lavar LAVAR 02 at Gmail.
I got you.
That shit got sent to LeVar Ball. He's like, oh my god. I was saying though that welcome to the podcast, man. Both of y'all, thank y'all for being here. And this episode is all about the HBCU experience. And James, we got to clean this shit up in post. But thank y'all for coming here and talking so much about our experiences. And I want to kick this show off tonight. And I want to ask both of you all, what made you want to go to an HBCU?
Okay, I just want to say you don't have to clean up all my background history and post all my.
No, it's not that at all.
Anyway, so okay, let me tell you what made me attend FAMU. I knew that I wanted to go to a black school.
What does FAMU stand for?
Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University. It is one of the only 7 universities in the state of Florida, a state university. And
so you're gonna be an engineer?
No. I didn't go there because of the academics, because all the schools have academics. I knew that I wanted to go to a black school because my whole life. Are y'all frozen?
No.
Oh, everybody was frozen. It's so freaking.
Everybody was just asleep. Like, God damn, hurry the fuck up. No, I'm joking.
Like, that was so weird. No, but I was raised in a predominantly white school. In my graduating class, it was only 5 black people. It was just always white people around me. And I just knew I wanted to go to a black school. And so I was looking at like Spelman. I was looking at Howard. I was looking at FAMU. I knew that I could get the state scholarship. I knew I was getting that, so I could use it at FAMU. And then my mom took me on a college tour, and I went to SET, which if you went to a HBCU, most HBCUs have like a place where everybody congregates. Ours was called the SET Fridays, and I went to the SET on a Friday, and I saw all the Greeks. I saw the DJ. It was just like literally school days. It was just crazy. It was like watching just a mecca of beautiful black people. They were selling art. They were out there dancing. They were selling, the band was out there. It was just like, what is this, And then so they gave me a tour of that. And I like, once I left SET, I told my mom, I said, I'm going to FAMU for public relations.
What about you, LeVar?
Can you hear me?
You're on mute. LeVar, you are on mute, sir. Unmute your phone. We can't hear you. All right, eat that. We're gonna come back to LeVar in a second.
Yeah.
We'll make it to HBC.
Dude, why my phone keep muting? I didn't mute it.
Because you got a Kia Sarah, that's why.
All right, my bad. I'm sorry, guys.
Go ahead, LeVar.
So I knew I wanted to go be a pharmacist or whatever. Like I used to work at Walgreens and shit. I said I want to go to pharmacy school. And I talked to this black dude that said he went to Xavier. I said I'm going there too. And that was pretty much my decision. Because I want to go to pharmacy school.
Let me ask you this though, because I went to FAMU 2004 and a lot of people that I went to school with said that FAMU graduated the most Black pharmacists.
I mean, I don't know, because a lot of y'all don't pass. A lot of the FAMU graduates don't pass the pharmacy boards.
Really?
Hey man, we not gonna shit on HBCUs. We all Black excellence right here. Come on now.
Shut your drunk ass up.
What you mean?
We not.
No, but no, like to go to Xavier, because I mean I've been around Black. I went to St. Dorothy in Chicago. Then I went to Simeon. You know what I'm saying? Then I was at HBCU, but it was a hell of an experience, man. I loved it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just such a community. And then going out of ghetto high school like Simeon, I needed Xavier to bridge that gap because I was underserved at Simeon, you know, as far as sciences and math. And they helped me. I couldn't have become a pharmacist unless I went to Simeon. You know what I mean? Based off of my background. So it was a wonderful experience, man. Beautiful experience.
Well,
I attended Tennessee State University. Honestly, like college was not something that was really talked about in my household growing up. I'm a first generation college graduate in my family, but I just knew I wanted to get away from Ullen. This is where I grew up, in Ullen, Illinois. You probably like Ullen, like, yeah, it's a small town, but I wanted to leave there. And I actually like put out some applications to a few different colleges like Texas Tech, DePaul, U of I. I'm so glad I didn't go to those schools. But and the only reason, and I didn't even really know much about HBCUs, again, because like I'm from a small town and like higher education, not something that's really spoke about. But I went to junior college. And we went to like a college tour, and we went and looked at Austin P, Fisk, and Tennessee State. Austin P was first, and then Tennessee State was second. And when I got to Tennessee State, I was like, I don't need to go see anything else. This is where I want to go to school at. It was on a Wednesday afternoon. It was like 75 degrees outside. They was out in the courtyard. They had speakers, a DJ. They was barbecuing. And I seen all these beautiful Black folks walking around. And a lot of women, and I said, this is where I'm going to school at. So that prompted my decision. Thanks.
That's wild, because everybody's experience is like very, very, very visual. You know what I'm saying? Like in terms of what they did. Like I went to Morehouse. I got there in '99, and my church that I went to.
Just want to say it's crazy that you went to Morehouse in '99, because like that's when that song came out, "Represent for the '99 to 2000." Like you were that year. Like what the fuck?
Yeah. You know, I was in the marching band.
What song is that, Brandi? Are
Back
you talking
that
about
ass
Juvenile?
Yeah,
you got to say that song. Like that's a pretty renowned.
Everybody already knows what it is.
It's crazy. It's crazy that y'all say that, because in New Orleans, let me tell you. So I started Xavier in '95, and that's when the whole movement was pretty much starting. And matter of fact.
The movement. You call that shit a movement?
Yeah, the whole Master P thing. Mercedes went to Xavier. That's Mercedes was from Detroit.
With the pink outfit.
Yes, sir.
Mercedes posing on the car, Dave.
Mercedes.
Yes.
I remember Mercedes being on the yard. I remember her first coming in as a freshman because she was 1 year under me. My apartment I lived in, 2 doors down, Cain and Abel, them twins, they went to Xavier too. Them identical twins.
Sons of Funk?
Cain and Abel.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, they
what is Sons of Funk? What?
That was part of No Limit too.
I know, but that ain't Cain and Abel.
Okay.
Cain and Abel were identical twins. They lived 2 doors down from me in the apartment complex. And Master P's auntie lived right across from me. It was crazy, man, just seeing that whole thing. Lil Wayne used to come up on the yard. You know what I mean? He would come to the basketball games. He was like 14 to 15. It'll be hot in the gym. He have on a mink coat with no shirt on under it. It's like 80 degrees, bro. He got on a mink, bro. No shirt, big ass pants. He trying to hold up.
Jabos.
Bro, it was crazy, man. Master P would be on the yard, like passing out posters and flyers.
Wow.
It was crazy. Matter of fact, oh, and look, I'm gonna tell you this. I had a job working at Avis Rental Car. And I was
in college or after college?
No, this was in college. Okay. I was like a freshman. I think I might have been like going into sophomore year, something like that. So I had a job working at Avis Rental Car, and I would take the cars back and forth from the airport. So a guy came to get a car.
You were a commuter. I used to be one for Hertz.
Yeah.
I went to college.
So I was out there. The guy comes to get the car from me. He was like, yeah, man, I'm a rapper, bro. I got a song. I got an album coming out called 13 in the Chamber. And that guy turned out to be Mystical. So it was like, I saw all of this, bro. It was so crazy, dog. Like, it was crazy. Just seeing all that happen.
Mystical was probably one of my favorite artists out of No Limit. Yeah. No, it was cool, man. Like, you know, we didn't really have, you know, in Nashville, it's not a lot of like famous. I mean, we saw Young Buck sometimes, but that was pretty, you know, G Unit was really like flourishing around the time that I was in college.
I went to school in Atlanta, and when I tell you my senior year of high school, I came down for spring break. They rolled out the red carpet for the prospective students. It was called PSS, Prospective Student Seminar. And they brought us out, put us in a hotel. And they had a celebrity basketball game with like Matthew Johnson, Terrell Owens. Took us to the mall. I met Jay-Z. Like Jay-Z was just there randomly at Lenox. And like I was so lame that, and the girls were kind of like stuck up in my high school. So I was like in the food court, and I had never seen women so fine as the women in the food court at Lenox Mall. I'm taking pictures with these girls, going back to my high school, being like, "You ain't shit. You ain't shit. This is what they look like. I don't know why you so bougie. I hate you." Right.
First of all, you were taking them on a real camera, weren't you?
I sure was. I took him to Walgreens, got developed
with the strap around his neck. God damn, Dave.
Hey.
But that's when that's when Atlanta was really nice. Atlanta wasn't nothing but like a lot of professionals. It was like all these professional black people. When I moved to Atlanta right after college, and I built my house, and I came in and visit. I said, "Yo, I gotta come here, man." It was so beautiful. It's changed a little bit now. It's getting like it's more jaded. It's a lot more Hollywood. It's a lot different.
It is like Black Hollywood in a lot of ways. But I love Morehouse. But the problem was that I had got I had gotten scholarship money from like Kentucky State, U of I. I didn't want to go to U of I after I went to Morehouse. So I ended up being a NASA scholar because they paid my room and board, and I already had a presidential scholarship to pay my tuition. So I didn't want to be an engineer, really. I just did it because it was going to give me a full ride to school. That's not a good thing, to go to school because you just getting a free ride. Like I didn't give a fuck about engineering. I did, but I got a math degree with it. Like I could have been in the arts or whatever, but that shit was like the best 5 years of my life. I say 5 years because I fucked up after pledging. I had an extra year, but
that happened to me too, bro. That happened to me too.
Years too, and it didn't have nothing to do with pledging. We didn't have no money, so like 1 year I had to go just 6 credits. Like, and I had to work like 2 jobs. Like, I had to work. I was first generation.
You became Epiphany for real.
Did y'all get pulled out of class because you got purged?
What?
You know, when the semester first start, saying they be like, such, can you come with me because they didn't have the money? There was like 4 or 5 students to be walking out of class like, oh shit, somebody broke his head.
That walk of shame.
Right.
Ain't nobody at FAMU have no money. I feel like, have you ever been to the financial aid line in the HBCU? Like that shit was
like going waiting in the DMV. That shit was terrible.
Has been during this pandemic. Like people can't get unemployment for 6 months. People can't get through on the lines. That's how financial aid was at FAMU.
Ooh, and look, Brandi, they had that mean ass old black lady working there.
Yep.
Sit there like this.
I feel like they made us wait in that line like that to show us like what it was gonna be in the real world, standing in the line for Link. You know what I'm saying? Like we just giving y'all like practice. You know what I'm saying? This is how it's gonna be if you ever try to go get Link, or if you ever had to get a DMV, and we're gonna have a rude ass person at the end of the rainbow telling you, "I'm sorry, you ain't got your ID. Go back and wait in this line for another 2 hours."
What did it sound like, Lavar?
Look, you done waited in line the whole time.
Hold on, I'm gonna do it. Hi, I'm Brandi. I'm here about my FAFSA.
Okay, all right. I'm going to lunch now.
Yeah.
I've been in line for 6 hours.
I'm going to lunch. Then they close that little curtain, them little blinds.
Oh my God,
That's usually how it went.
They close them little blinds on your ass.
So these are some of the cons of like, you know, going to like an HBCU, because
it's a lot of them.
The customer service, the student service / customer service was so bad, and the rudeness that we had to encounter with definitely the financial aid department was one of them that we had to deal with. But a lot of us, you know, we ate at the calf at TSU. They called it the calf, and then we had the
it's a calf everywhere.
Yeah, and then we had the Pizza Hut. We had a Pizza Hut and the Burger King in our.
Dude, speaking of customer service, and I know this is a little off topic. I was at work today. Let me tell y'all something. So I'm at work today. I'm where I'm doing my pharmacist today. So I'm working. This gay dude comes in with his boyfriend or whatever. So,
are you the pharmacist?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I want to know what the fuck the problem is. I came in this motherfucker to get a COVID test.
I'm like, what's going on? I don't even know what's going on. You see what I'm saying?
That bitch at the drive-thru is getting on my fucking nerves. See, I don't know what it is. See, it's because y'all black.
I'm like, nigga, you being racist right now? Like, this is a black nigga. I'm like, what are you talking about? I mean, he just blows up, cussing me out, wanted to fight me, bro. This man wanted to fight me, bro.
What HBCU? What HBCU did he go to?
He came inside, bro. Huh?
Do you know what HBCU he went to?
I have no idea, dude. But it was just the weirdest shit. And look, he going off like,
that's what happened. We come to a motherfucking black CVS.
And there's a white guy just standing there looking like it was fucking. I'm like, bro, come on, man. God damn.
That's weird.
Have you ever had anybody recognize you from your online content at work?
Yeah, that shit is creepy because, but see,
making jokes about me.
No, well, now we wear the mask, got the mask on. So the creepy shit is when, what I mean? I feel like in my mask, I ain't got my hat on. You know what I mean? I know nobody know. I got a whole mask. Like when they know me with the mask on, that's when it's creepy to me. Like, how the fuck you notice me?
Maybe you start doing your content with your mask on so more people will know you.
No, I don't want nobody to know me when I'm back there.
He don't know.
And then when dude was arguing, because it was almost like, I think he wanted me to swing on him. It's something like I kind of wanted to swing on dude. So the other little manager was like, man, he was recording on his phone. I said, really? It's like, yeah, he just had it like out to the side. I was like, man, maybe he was trying to come up or something or go viral. It was the weirdest shit.
That's super weird.
Can we talk about our sports programs at the colleges that we went to?
Well, it was terrible.
That's a whole different topic. But before we get into that, and we can roll right into that, we're talking about the cons of just like the struggle of stuff. I got one word, Brandi, I want to ask you about, because I never went to FAMU outside of like a few parties, but what comes to mind when I say the word patty foot?
Oh, that's the dormitory that people used to be sneaking in and fucking.
Okay.
It was
it was like the projects.
No, in that too. It was like the freshman dormitory, but and okay, so in the last 10 years they've rebuilt it and it's like first class, like it looks really, really nice now. But yeah, it was the projects because they had Patty Foot, and that's where like it was real ghetto. Like when you would go over there, you would like ride through, it'd be like people on the back of their car smoking weed, like with 40s and shit, but they was all like freshmen. And then I stayed in Palmetto South, which was like where we had our bathroom, we had a kitchen, we had a laundry facility, so it kind of like went up. But yeah, Pattyfoot was the hood, and like people used to be in there like they had lookouts, like regular lookouts on each floor, and they used to be dormed up in a dorm room watching what was that movie everybody used to watch in 2000s with the
Soul Plane?
No, it was with the black kids,
Okay.
and it was in a different country.
Man, road trip.
Y'all brought it up on this show before. I can't think of it, but they was like they had guns. It was like Man on Fire, Under Fire.
City of God.
City of God. Yeah,
That's one of like Eda's favorite movies.
Lil Zay.
Chest every day.
That was in Brazil. That shit was dope.
That inspired Eda to be who he is today.
No, Lil Zay. That was the main character in City of God.
He inspired Eda's hair.
He didn't have dreads, sir. Sorry, wrong movie.
I didn't mean to cut you off, man. You was asking the question about sports.
No, I mean there's plenty of cons. I mean, it's just I think the cons, and we can transition into the sports topic next, but the cons, I think that what I recognized was a lot of and I went into a lot of different HBCU classics, whatnot, but a lot of them I noticed that was like in really bad neighborhoods.
Man, all of them.
And
all of them.
Like we have an educational institution for Black people. They were all in like some of the worst neighborhoods in America. And I know Jefferson Street, which is where Tennessee State was, and then right up the street was Fisk. And I know it was a lot of crack dealers in our neighborhood. Where we went to school at.
Selling crack to who? The students?
No, it was crack heads and crack dealers right around our campus in a very close vicinity. It was a park where it used to happen at. Somebody got stuck up and robbed 3 times. The same person. I'm like, man, nigga, that's your fault. How you fucking get stuck and robbed 3 damn times?
You've been targeted at that point.
You ain't recognized danger coming to you yet. Yeah. I mean, it's so many stories, but I mean, it was entertaining nonetheless. But those were definitely some of the I guess the cons, so to speak. It was fun to me. It was fun.
I want to say this because if anybody's listening to this and they have not gone to a HBCU or they're considering it, I don't want you to think that they're all in the ghetto and it's overshadowed, because I went to FAMU, which was the capital of Florida, in Tallahassee. Did it have its rough parts? Yeah, but like so does Los Angeles, so does Chicago, so does Atlanta, so does most big cities with a bigger population. And I was never in danger going to that school. Did I see things happen that I didn't see at my country hometown that only has 2,000 people in it? Yeah, of course, because I was in a bigger city. But I definitely feel like it was overall way more enriching, and I would rather
that's a good point
there than go to school at a predominantly white school that may be quote unquote safer, because at the end of the day, I felt safer because I was around people who looked like me.
Well, I mean, I graduated college in 2004. So that's just how it was back then. That was
started in
16, 17 years ago. Yeah. So it's probably different now though. But I'm like, man,
that Tito's got you nice right now.
Some of the best years of my life. What do you mean? I'm not.
His eyes, your eyes are. Talk about crackheads. You doing a dope fiend lean on the goddamn podcast right now.
Y'all never emailed Lavar the link.
Man, they emailed it, but this thing says something is in this link that says BNI. I don't. What is that?
No, it said
That's the right link. That's the right link.
Well, it won't open up on my computer, dude. Like it won't open up. What is the BNI? What is BNI, bro?
Business Network International. That was a business network that I was a part of. It's just I'm using a Zoom link because it's unlimited time. If it was a regular rented link, we'd only have 45 minutes. So
Yeah, I can't even. You gotta download something to open that.
You shouldn't have to. I mean, you just click on the link. You should be able to just open it right back. I'm not sure.
It's two different links though. It's one at the top and one at the bottom. Make sure it's the one on the top because I made the same mistake and went to the BNI stuff. And I was like, this ain't. Nothing I know about.
Zoom opened up for me.
I only got one link.
But Brandi, I want to thank you for saying that though, because we're not trying to shit on HBCUs, but it's just a real situation that I went to school in Atlanta, in the West End, and it's a Popeyes over there, and I know many cats who got shot going to get dinner. I mean, one dude died, like not even trying to be funny. So it's like, it's.
Well, I mean, we could like share a lot of stories. I got countless stories of going to an HBCU that was so fun. It's some of the best years of my young adult life. I wouldn't change it for nothing. A lot of the I never really like really value like higher education until I went to an HBCU. And I mean the professors that I had, man, the way they spoke life into me and like made me believe in myself. And
who's your favorite one?
My favorite professor at Tennessee State, I probably want to say it was a couple of them, but Dr. Duncan Walters was one of my favorite professors. I had a mass comm.
That's a real professor name too, Dr. Duncan Walters.
Yeah. Dr. Duncan Walters. She was so cool and just real. She was just very straightforward. And then Dr. Lawrence James. I mean, his first name was Lawrence, but Dr. James. But Daze like, man, I really think that you can be somebody, and I see a bright future in you. And I'd never been told that before until I was like 19, 20. I'm like, you really like, you think that about me? And it was like, damn, like I nobody ever spoke that, positivity.
You was in college,
man.
Nobody said that to you?
Nah, man. Eli, I grew up in a small country town, bro. Like, didn't nobody say that shit to me.
Eli, look at me. I want you to repeat after me. I am somebody.
Get your
somebody.
What is that, Dr. Clark from Lean On Me or some shit?
That's
Jesse Jackson. No, but I mean, you know what? It's really like coming from a small town. Brandi talking about 2000, like it was 500 people in my town. You know what I'm saying? And like it was only 50 people in my graduating class from high school. So when I actually went to like Nashville, seeing all these people from like different cities, who had already had like come from like bigger schools and like who was already pushing on college. Like I went to HBCU on accident. I didn't even know what the fucking HBCU was. You know what I'm saying?
You mean on accident?
Because I didn't know what an HBCU was. I just wanted to go to college. I just wanted to get away. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know the difference between a PWI and an HBCU. I just wanted to go to college. You know what I'm saying? Because that was my ticket away from Ulin, Illinois. And when I went there, I'm so glad that I went there and just the experiences I had, man. It was the people that I met, the people like, I want to be this. I didn't even know what I want to do. Even walking across the stage, getting my degree, I was still 100% sure what I want to do in my life. You know what I'm saying? I just knew that I wanted to be somewhere downtown in a briefcase, jumping on a train and working in corporate America. That was it. I just knew I wanted to make money. I just wanted to make money. My fantasy was just to be money, to just have money out of college.
Sorry. I've had like 3 glasses of champagne, and you are so funny, Edot, because Edot's basically like, I don't even know what an HBCU was, but when I went there,
can you put your phone on mute?
And then he's like, and I also went there because when I went to the courtyard, they were barbecuing. Like
it wasn't the barbecue, it was the girls, Brandi. Let's get that straight, okay? We're gonna make jokes, let's get it straight.
It's just funny, your whole collective.
So what was your major, Eli?
Mass communications.
The worst major ever.
With an emphasis in speech and theater.
James, what was your major in college? James ain't said nothing the whole show.
He's an engineer.
He's psychology, if you can believe it. Psych major with a minor in business.
And Brandi, what was your major?
Political science with a minor in biology and journalism.
And they did shit with it.
And nobody, so I'm the only one that's working in the field.
I will say this.
I used to be a teacher.
So what was your major, Dave? What did you used to be a teacher?
It was math. I was a math teacher.
So technically, it didn't work in political science.
What?
Math is not a fucking major. Are you serious? What was the name of your major? You gonna say it was? I majored in math. No, bro. What was your major?
Why are you so stupid? Like, I have a BS in mathematics. Like,
Yeah, he was going. That's why he was going to be an engineer. He was going to do engineering.
Eat that.
You know,
this is what a mass communications degree gets you.
Right?
I'm successful right now, so y'all kiss me.
But I will say, I was a social worker for 3 years, and then I worked for the state of Florida for 3 years as well. I've worked within the state departments, so I used my degree.
I heard that. Defend that major, Brandon. Defend it, because I'm defending mine over here too, but they talking shit.
Brandon, my wife was social worker.
Does she like it?
Well, she like big time in the state of Georgia. She not like she like the head of she over the state for like reunification. She the reunification manager for the state of Georgia.
Management, that's cool.
Yeah, she a figurehead now, but she always loved it. She loved helping people and she loved it.
You know what? That's a beautiful thing. You gotta have somebody.
I wish I loved my job.
You gotta have somebody who care about the people.
I hate
because I know I couldn't be no social worker. I'd be like, God damn, you again.
You know what? You know what it is?
How can you be a pharmacist and hate it? I'm sorry.
Because I went to school. Because when I went to pharmacy school, I just wanted to make me some fucking money. That was the whole thing. I just said,
ain't that what we all wanted coming out of college?
I
know the pharmacy degree feels that way.
Look, my reasoning for going to pharmacy school was like, you know, I was like, shit, okay, I could. So I met the dude at Walgreens. I'm like, man, he don't like he do shit. He just put little pills in the bottle. And this motherfucker making this money. I was like, I'm gonna do this shit. So that was my reason. At what I made that decision at 18, 19. And you learn that life is about way more.
This is good. Can y'all talk about why y'all went into y'all major? So okay, Lavar, that's why you went to yours.
I just want
because I definitely have a reason why I picked my major.
So when I went to
why Dave talking shit about it.
I knew I wanted to get out of school and be making some fucking money. Like that was it. Literally.
How long did you have to go to school for?
And the crazy part, that it took a long time. This shit took 6 years. I mean, it's a doctorate degree. I mean, it's 2 years of undergrad and 4 years of pharmacy school. But once I got into it and got into the sciences and all this shit, it became a challenge. And I just kept going and going. And you know, man, you start working. And when I got out of pharmacy school, there was like a huge demand for pharmacists. So they paid me $20,000 to move to Atlanta. CVS, a black man. They paid me $20,000 to come to this motherfucker.
On a year up front?
Yeah, on a year contract. So I was 25.
That's before your salary. It's a $20,000 moving fee.
Well, 10,000 reload, 10,000
reload,
bonus.
yeah, reload package.
10,000 nice. Reload, 10,000 bonus. And then I was 25 in Atlanta. At that time, I was making about 85.
Yeah, 30,000 up front, 85 year. I didn't know you was. Hold on, was you already with your then your wife then, or were you?
God damn it, Eli.
Nah.
Right.
God damn it, what?
We were friends.
What kind of question is that?
Friends, but shit. We was friends.
So
was you a hoe,
bro?
Bro, you 25 years old. You got 30,000 in your account. You make an 85 a year. What the fuck you talking about? Hell yeah, I want to know if like, are you single or were you already in a relationship? Because I'm wilding out in Atlanta at 25 years old and like the fucking early 2000s. Are you serious?
Like, you know, I was still kind of square too. I'm a square, so I had to like. I'm gonna tell you what I did. So I moved here. I had a little raggedy ass Monte Carlo, and then you know I started doing comedy. I started my last year of pharmacy school, but then I started going to the old Uptown Comedy Club, or the first Uptown, and I was trying to get my feet wet, but I was getting booed because this shit was ghetto as fuck. So
hold on, you went to pharmacy school in Atlanta?
No, I went to pharmacy school in New Orleans.
Okay, you said you started going to Uptown.
I'm sorry. I started comedy my last year of pharmacy school in New Orleans. When I moved to Atlanta, I started going to Uptown to do the open mic nights. And I had a little raggedy Monte Carlo and shit. And what happened was I said, you know what? you in Atlanta, everybody flexy. I was like, fuck this shit. I went and got me an Escalade, like a new Escalade.
That's
And nigga, I was open micing, pulling up in that motherfucking Cadillac truck, and niggas was like, man, who the fuck is this nigga? Then I started ripping. I mean, I got booed a few times, but then I calibrated. I was killing. And them motherfuckers wanted me to drive them places. That's how I started working. So I bought the Cadillac truck, and niggas went, hey man, you come over for me, you know what I'm saying? So I drive niggas on the road, and and then I started ripping real hard. And then I was like kind of burning a lot of the guys. And then I started working, doing colleges and doing my thing. They would hear about me. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool. So Brandi, what made you choose your major?
I initially went in with the mindset of journalism, which is why I have a minor in journalism. But when I tell you, FAMU School of Journalism is so competitive, and a lot of the people that I've worked with in journalism are now producers on big shows, and they have Emmys, and it was just really competitive. And I realized that I didn't love it as much as I thought I did. So I switched over to political science because my highest grades were in my social science classes. And that's what happened. And then I got a minor in biology because I thought I wanted to go to optometry school. And then I shadowed my optometrist, my childhood optometrist, for a couple of years. And I shadowed her for like a week or so. And I just realized, like, I don't want to go to school for 8 years. Like, this looks like a terrible, terrible job. But at that point, I already had all these biology to credit.
Brandi, it's funny you say that because before I even went to pharmacy school, they wouldn't let me work in the pharmacy. I was a little silly kid and in Walgreens and shit. I'm like, hey, can I work at the pharmacy? They'd look at my ass crazy. But I probably wouldn't have done it if I'd have shadowed somebody.
I recommend that for sure, because I was with her for a week and I was like, and you go to school 8 years and you got to pay how much? Because I was looking at an optometry school in Puerto Rico, $17,000 a year. And I was just,
what?
That ain't bad though.
No, it wasn't bad, but who wants you got to literally go for like another 4 years after you get your bachelor's.
Yeah. No, you made the right thing, baby. Live your dream. I tell anybody, man. Listen, if I wasn't doing comedy, man, oh God, I'd be miserable, man. I couldn't imagine. Because now comedy, is afforded to where I can just fill in and work on an as-needed basis. It's supplementing my income, and I've grown throughout the years, but people should follow their dreams. That shit is so important, man. Because I know a lot of my friends, physicians, attorneys, and shit. And bro.
It's crazy that
I want to know if Lavar, like, because you are a pharmacist, so comedy was never full-time for you. So have you felt a difference with the pandemic because you were always full-time pharmacist? And
no, I haven't been a full-time pharmacist since 2007.
Okay, so you work
I just work. I work on an as-needed basis, so I'm not full or part-time. I just, whatever needs they have. I don't have benefits and none of that shit. I work kind of like maybe like a Uber pharmacist. I say that.
Something.
Huh?
Like a substitute teacher?
Exactly. So I just come in and fill shifts. But no man.
So I used to do this.
Let me ask y'all a question real quick. I want to ask y'all, because you went to school in New Orleans, you went to school in Nashville, you went to school in Tallahassee. It's a lot of distractions out here at these schools. Big city, like, by itself, but more importantly, like, it's just a lot of shit going on campus. Like, we had Spelman, Clark, Atlanta, Morris Brown around us in Atlanta. So how did you just stay focused and not get swept up in the bullshit? Because I came in with a full scholarship. I did not leave with a full scholarship. I lost my scholarship after my sophomore year. And I know if I would have probably been somewhere else, I would have kept that shit. But I was just too distracted living in
I'm going to be honest with you. Well, Xavier is pretty much a science school, so everybody is going pretty much for health sciences.
Cain and Abel?
Them niggas was, I think, pre-med. They were biology pre-med.
Rapping about killing niggas, but actually trying to save niggas in their real job. That's crazy.
Bro,
Look at God.
I'm telling you, I believe they or they might have been mass comm. I don't know, but most of Xavier's students,
Mass comm. Eli's major.
Yeah, most of the students at Xavier,
You and Ludacris.
They were all science majors. So like, you couldn't really get no pussy unless you looked like you was getting some grades or kind of had your shit together. You know what I'm saying? So it was a different environment. And then that shit was hard. I had to really work hard at that shit.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I only chose mass comm because it wasn't a lot of math and science involved. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't it. So, but you know, I used to but I did want to be a disc jockey, you know what I'm saying? And so like that's why I interned.
Here we go.
I wanted to I interned at like one of the hottest hip hop stations in Nashville. It was like the GCI in Nashville. It was Cumulus Broadcasting in 92Q.
I interned at one of the hottest hip hop stations in Nashville.
It was two of them. It was 105.5 and it was 92.3. Cumulus Broadcasting. Anyway, but I had interned there. Yeah, I know she's trying to treat my life. Get the fuck out of here. So I used to have this radio show at our station on campus, and it was called Amp After. I named it Amp Afternoons. That was the name of my show. I had the autonomy to do that. And my DJ name was Butter Beezy. Can you believe that? Butter Beezy. And I still remember the slogan. It was like, what's up? Welcome to Amp Afternoons with your boy Butter Beezy, aka Be Easy. Hey, Be Easy. And I interviewed a few rappers. I interviewed a rapper from Florida. I can't remember his name. Let me say it again, motherfucker. Butter Beezy, aka Be Easy. Hey, Be Easy. It's 2 o'clock, Amp Afternoons. But anyway, I interviewed one of the most popular disc jockeys in Nashville at the time. It was DJ Daze. And we was talking, and I'm like, yeah, man, I think I want to be a disc jockey. And like, I asked him how much he made a year, because that's what I want to be out of college. And I don't know why this nigga told me that he made $47,000 a year. And from that point on, I knew I did not want to be a disc jockey coming out of college. And
that's a hard hustle, dude.
That's when I was confused when I was walking across stage when I graduated. I'm like, I'm not about to be coming out of college making no $47,000 a year.
And then that's worse, bro, because I think radio dying, bro.
It's definitely dying. It's absolutely dying.
Yeah,
it's absolutely dying.
Dude,
the only reason I got into sales was because of mass comm. See, mass comm, you go into radio broadcasting, you go into like the news anchor sales, like you know what I'm saying, selling like TV spots and advertising. So that's how I really started my career in sales, because of mass comm, because you could branch off into so much stuff. And I had a sales career for 10 years in corporate America, and I did all right for myself.
Why don't you just go to like radio school?
I didn't want to do that after this nigga told me he made $47,000. Ain't no more radio, nothing. It was over. 47, I'm
nigga,
good.
Just imagine, boy, Eli be somewhere right now on the Magic Hour. Hey, y'all, this is Eli Hamilton.
No, I'll probably be on the quiet. I'll probably be on the quiet storm out like, yo, what's going on, ladies? 2 a.m. We about to play some Keith Sweat. Your body, baby. Face ass. I would have been all fucked up. Everything happened for a reason, though. So, yeah. No regrets this way, guys.
Thank you.
I just want to say the thing. I'm with Dave. I came in with a scholarship. I think by my first freshman year, second semester, they was talking about academic probation. I had never had that much freedom in my life, and I was taking advantage of it. And so, I mean, obviously, I turned it around. Like literally, I remember my last semester at FAMU, I was taking 18 credits, and they was all like sciences, and it was just so hard.
That shit was hard. Now imagine that shit for folk. Imagine that shit for what was that, 6 years? Man, that shit was a motherfucker.
I was thinking like, I remember one of them was like chemistry, like 2 or 3, and I was just like, it was my last semester, and I was taking 18 hours because I was like, I got to go. I got to get the fuck out.
I heard the class that people like changed their majors on at Morehouse and Spelman was I think it was biochem. Organic chemistry. That's what it was. Organic chemistry.
I've taken biochemistry and organic chemistry, and yeah.
heard organic chemistry was some of the realest shit ever. That was like calculus too.
And honestly, that's what helped with me determining the optometry thing too. When I saw that I hated it.
I see that. That's a carbon. This is a little bit of organic chemistry. Carbon surrounded by 4 hydrogens. And these are the bonds. That shit was so hard, nigga.
I hated it.
You having PTSD right now? Like you just
Bruh, y'all don't know, dog. And nigga, I'm coming out of Simeon studying this shit.
How?
You know
how are you able to do that?
It's a lot of smart people from the
hood.
Though.
Let me tell you something. You know the average ACT score at Simeon when I was there?
18?
A 13.
Damn. I think Derrick Rose got like a 17 at least. That was low.
That was super low. I got a 17 on that motherfucker the first time, a 16 the second time.
And you got into Xavier with that?
Yeah. Black college.
I did better on the SATs than the ACTs, but I feel you on that.
Can we hold on, Brandi? I'm going to cut you off. Like that's a very strong point about the pros and cons of this stuff. So you were able to go to college with a 17 on your ACT?
Yes, sir.
Like
Xavier didn't take me in based off my ACT score. Xavier was about potential. You know what I mean?
What was your GPA?
I did. I mean, nigga, you'd be quiet at Simeon to get a fucking B average. You pay attention if you show up to class. Yeah, I mean, I was okay. I was okay, dude. I got it. I got a little more serious maybe my senior year, dude, but I got in. I guess I showed some potential or whatever, and they, that's how they bridge the gap.
How was y'all sports programs at Xavier?
I mean, what they had D3 basketball team, NAIA.
Oh, they were trash everywhere.
Yeah, like
why is that? We got some of the. But I'm just saying, like at an HBCU, you got some extremely athletic athletes from the hood, but yeah, we be getting blown out by like 42 points by Chad, Brad, and Jeff.
Nah, those D1 schools, those PWI schools, they recruit the best Black athletes, and the HBCUs get the scraps.
Yeah, I mean, it's all economics and money, dude. Like they have huge endowment funds, the alumni, the contributions pouring in. It's all money. I
want to say that the reason I almost flunked out my freshman year is because, like Lavar said, I went to a public school, a very small school. And when I went to FAMU, I felt so behind everyone else. I was like, when did y'all learn this? Like, we would be
you were playing catch up.
Introduction classes, and everybody knew stuff already, but it would be people from bigger cities. And I don't know if it was just because I came from a small town. And
Brandi, that's me and you, Brandi. Like I told you, my graduating class was 50 people.
I remember calling my mom, like, they know all this stuff already.
Look, I had to work so hard, man. So goddamn hard. Oh my goodness. Because it's almost the equivalent of taking the fattest person you know when I got to Xavier. It's like taking the fattest person you know and putting them on a track with Olympic track stars, and you telling this fat motherfucker, you better keep up or die. Right. And you just trying to keep up with all of these top-notch athletes, and you trying to make it around this track. But in Black college, they have certain support systems that can help you. So the one thing about Xavier for me, I learned how to learn. You get what I'm saying? Once I learned how to learn, I did phenomenal. You know what I mean?
I remember I took it was some biology class. I can't even remember what it was, but me and 2 guys got together, and I'm still cool with them to this day. But we ended up studying. We would study like 3 days a week, and we had the top 3 scores in that class. So really, you just kind of had to find your group. And I did have a lot of study sessions. That became my thing. I knew that I needed help from others, and I wasn't just going to learn it by sitting in class. Like it was so hard. Like after my freshman year, and they told me my GPA, they was like, if you don't get your GPA up, you're going home.
I
That's real.
almost failed out of pharmacy school, and I had a African, a Nigerian lady was my counselor. That shit was the worst. I went to her office. What? Look at this. What are you doing? You are going to fail out. You are going to fail. Your life is going to. Man, I told the bitch one time. I got out of it. I'm like, I'm already failing. Shit, you. This is no way you want me to kill myself. Like, yo, it was crazy.
We
when did y'all
talked about
decide?
so many. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Lavar.
I was gonna say, at what point did y'all decide? Because you go to college, you all this. When did you say I want to be a comedian? This is it.
Well, that's a whole different.
That shit didn't happen till years after I graduated.
Um,
I was always like a class clown and like the funniest person out. My group of guys I kicked with, but I didn't know I wanted to be no stand up until halfway after I graduated.
And it was right before I graduated. And I told my mom this. I said, I'm gonna get my degree first because I started entertaining it. People would always tell me I should do stand up. I started going to the comedy club, and I think I started going like 6 months before I graduated. So I started practicing my set 6 months before I graduated, and I said I'm gonna get my degree first, and then I did my first set after I graduated. Like a week after I got my diploma, I did my first set. And then I did that for a year, and I moved to Chicago.
I got divorced, and I was like, "Oh shit, I'm sad."
But this was after college, right? Or were you interested in it in college?
Man,
No, Dave.
I watched Chris Rock's Bring the Pain in '96, and I was like, "This is what I want to do." But I wasn't a class clown type like that. I was a dude who had jokes and had funny thoughts and funny like sketches and stuff like. But I wasn't like I've always been kind of an introvert, kind of like the shy guy. But in front of an audience, I could turn up. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't naturally just want to be in front of a crowd. But then in moments while I was in front of people, I felt very comfortable. And then being a teacher, I'm used to talking in front of like a bunch of kids, and like it's a very similar thing when you come in front of a classroom. Like you got to get the attention immediately, or they're not going to listen to your ass. They're going to roast you, just like a comedy club would. So I felt very comfortable.
When I
shows at FAMU, I sang in talent shows at FAMU. I was always on campus on somebody's stage.
I was just always hella, like before I started doing comedy, I was hella obnoxious. But I was always a class clown in grammar school, high school. I was always roasting and shit. And motherfucker, man, you gonna be a comedian? I'm like, man, fuck is a comedian. You know what I mean? So when I went to Xavier my first year in '95, I came back for winter break, and people was telling me I was so funny on the yard and I'm doing my thing. And I called my man when I got home in Chicago. In '95, we went to All Jokes Aside. And I told Damon this. Actually, Damon Williams was the first nigga to hand me the mic on stage. At All Jokes Aside, I was 19. They fucking booed me. They booed me and lit lighters, nigga. And I was like, okay, this is not for me. And I didn't pick up again until my last year of pharmacy school.
Can you talk about, because like all we know about All Jokes Aside is what we saw from like that documentary, you know what I'm saying, that Raymond did. But what was that club like compared to Jokes and Notes? Like what was the difference between the two?
I mean, I remember when I went, you know what I'm saying? So like the shit was packed. I remember it being packed. It was downtown. And
who's the host?
Damon Williams was hosting when I was there for this particular amateur night or whatever the hell it was. So I go down, and they didn't let me like inside of the club until it's your turn. So all the comics like on this little, I guess this little hallway or something, we had to just wait in until it was our turn. And you just go up and do your thing. But it was like a beautiful club. It was very intimate. It was small. And it seemed magical because after I got booed, I sat in there and watched Corey Holcomb. Like Corey was the fucking man in there. And he was just saying anything. Motherfuckers would fall out laughing, nigga. That nigga sit on that bitch. Nigga be like, shit, nigga. Your daddy name is Philip. And he wear a watch on all his fingers. Like this nigga was saying anything. Niggas, niggas just laughing and shit. And it was tight though. I mean, I only went that one time. Now, I mean, my career had ended that night.
But
can y'all hear me?
He was born again. Yeah, I hear you fine.
Yeah, my career had ended that night. I just went, but it was nice from what I saw.
All right. Well, I kind of want to bring the conversation back to the HBCU aspect of it. And I know we talked a lot of shit about HBCUs in terms of things that, you know, we're kind of like the negative sides of it. But what were the positives that you got from going to the school? And Brandi, you touched on it a little bit earlier, but what are some of the things that, like, without a doubt, made you a stronger person from going to this school?
The first thing for me was because I had grown up predominantly around, like, my parents were in the military, so I was just always around white people. I had never seen Black people like Michelle Obama.
Like excellence.
Yeah, Barack came and spoke at the school before he became the president. I remember when he became the president, some people from his cabinet were FAMU alumni, like, and then just like hearing my professors talk about their journeys and the things they had done. I had never been around. So, and like I'm from a small town, and most of the family I grew up around did not go past the high school education. I had never seen Black people doing all this stuff. And I really think that is what brought me to where I am now, because it just kind of made it make sense to me. It's really hard to envision yourself past what you are typically around. So when I got to be around more acclimated Black people and just Black people who were just bigger than the life I had been. So it was like crazy. And that's when I started reading like Wanda Sykes books and different things like that. And I was like, oh, if they can do it, I can do it. And that's really,
it's a hook to a Jay-Z song, and it's the realest shit that I've ever heard, but it's so real. And the hook is, you only know what you see. You don't understand what it takes to be. And I felt like that first part about only knowing like what's in front of you, if you can't see it, there's no way for you to think that this is even a reality. You know what I'm saying? So you had mentioned something about like the whole mentor shadowing thing. Like, if I wish there were more opportunities for people to see what they could do, like even on a grade level type situation, so that you don't go to college and get your mind blown by the shit that you see. Because I went to Morehouse and I was like, God damn, all this shit exists in Atlanta. I didn't know that.
Let me say, you had your gripes about doing colleges. And the one thing that I liked about doing colleges, aside from like the money was good because it was like not a lot of hard work, but the ability to, like, after I do 30 to 40 minutes, I sit there with the students, and a lot of the female students, whether they were Black, white, whatever, they would gravitate towards me because they're like, oh, she looks my age, but she's doing this thing. That was an opportunity for me to kind of shadow them. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, without me actually being in a real world profession, like, that's something that you can do when you do like colleges and stuff like that, Dave. You could still impress upon those people, not like outside of the stand-up. You could still have like those conversations with them.
Absolutely.
I mean, it was pretty cool. Like, you know, when, you know, coming, like I said, from a small town, it was really my first like major city growing up in, even though like most of my family is here in Chicago back and forth, but actually residing in the city. And it was like all an adventure. Like, I've always had like a real adventurous personality. So, but I always wanted to like fit in, but things were going to like a Black college where a lot of people like really dance. You know what I'm saying? I think that was something that was kind of pivotal for me because
rewind for a second.
No, no. Every city got like they dance. You know what I'm saying? Like in Chicago, they footwork. In Atlanta, they did the ATL stomp. You know what I'm saying? And like Detroit, they did they jitty.
I thought you went to the college and saw niggas dancing, and he was like, "Oh, I got it."
Nah, but it was like, but you know, like at that time, it was like Young Bloods was popular, Lil Jon was popular. You know what I'm saying? There was like rep your hood, and here I come from this small town, and people like, where you from? Where you from? People like, oh, I'm from Miami or Detroit, Chicago, boo. And I'm like, I'm from LA. Like, what the fuck is that at? You know what I'm saying? But it was pretty cool because like just experiencing like different walks of life, and then on Christmas breaks and spring breaks, going to people's like cities and visiting their family and just going whatever like place I never really went to. I think that was the most like enjoyable part of going to college for me, man, because like just to really experience a lot of different cities. Like my first girlfriend, my first love was in college, and she was from Pittsburgh, and I never even fucking thought about going to no Pittsburgh, but I went back and forth to Pittsburgh, and it was just pretty dope. Like I just condone like going to college to anybody, you know what I'm saying? But like HBCU was like an experience because even like the homecomings was like a family reunion, like a big ass picnic. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't imagine like people not going to an HBCU. Like, yeah, we joke about like the cons, but I'm gonna be honest with you, it wasn't really any cons to me,
Sleep.
You said what?
No. I'm not asleep.
Oh.
Lavar chilling. He down with sleep. Off that Tito's.
Nah, but I mean, just I don't know. Like I said, man, like going to HBCU is like to this day, I'm still proud to say I went to HBCU, and I graduated. What's that? 17 years ago. You know what I'm saying? 2000 at the end of 04. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
And I still got friends to this day. And it's cool just seeing how everybody really just kind of like navigate through their professional career. They've went in completely different directions of college. And I mean, you could really just kind of, like who would have thought we all went to HBCUs? I never thought I would have got into entertainment, you know what I'm saying? And everything I did up until this point. But just, like I love going to HBCU, you know what I'm saying? I'm proud I went to Tennessee State, and I know we got this little friendly competition. Oh, you went to, fam, you and TSU always had this little rivalry because we played each other in the classic. You know what I'm saying? And, I don't know if Morehouse or whoever y'all rival with, or I'm assuming maybe Southern and Xavier probably rival, but it's all love, man, you know what I'm saying? And, yeah, I'm just proud to go to HBCU.
So can I tell y'all about my first fight at FAMU or no?
I mean, if you want to.
I'm joking. I did have one. It was definitely one. But yeah, okay, I'm joking.
You should have more champagne and tell that story in about 10 more minutes. I want to say that Morehouse for me, it kind of gave me a level of self-esteem that I needed. And it's not that I was an insecure person, but it was just that I grew up. Well, my parents never took me to the barbershop growing up, so I would get roasted on my haircuts from a young age, right? So like my self-esteem was very fragile in grade school because my dad would fuck me up and give me them bold fades, and the kids would be like, "Aha, you got a dickhead," right? And like that went on for a very long time, right? Because there was no blend to my fade, so I had very.
I can see that. I can see that you got bogus ass haircuts till you was a grown man. For some reason, I don't know why. But go ahead.
Well, to high school, I had an auntie who was like, "I'm sick of this shit. I'm taking you to a barber. I'm sick of your hair looking like a penis. No more of them bold fades. I got you, right?" So, I went through high school and I was kind of like, I'm okay. But Morehouse is like, man, no, you dope. You are dope. You are dope. Look to your left, look to your right. Somebody not gonna be here, but you gonna be here. And I was like, yeah, hell yeah, I am. So it gave me a level of like, just like self-confidence that.
Hey, Lavar over there.
No, my dad fucked me up, bro. Like, I was like, why would you send me to school?
Listen, you know what's so funny? Just him saying that. All I'm thinking about it is his daddy. I just see you in the chair in your house. Your daddy go, hold still. And he got the clippers on, and them shit's getting hot. Nigga use the walls clippers, put that oil on them.
Man, I came to school, the kids would be like, oh shit, dickhead, right? So like, and then you would see the girl.
Yo,
You see the girl you see the girl you like?
I didn't have no gear first semester.
Hold on. Yeah, we're not done with this story yet. Okay. So all I'm saying was that
you gotta defend yourself.
I went to Morehouse and it gave me a level of like just confidence in terms of like who and what I could be. And then like you saw the excellence around you. The people who came from these small places. You saw two types of people: the people whose daddy or mamas were rich, and then they were just there because they had money, and then you saw the people who were there because they had nothing, and they were just there to make something of themselves. Like my line brother is the mayor of Birmingham, Alabama. Like it's crazy to be on a group chat, and I'm just like, yo, mother, like, and we talking, you know, but this dude is doing major, and everybody's doing dope shit. Everybody in their own way. You know what I'm saying? It's so cool to be a part of that and see that level of excellence that you don't hear about in the Black community. You don't. Well, I still hear an echo from somebody. Somebody has two feeds going on at the same time right now.
Oh, you know what else was funny? You said, like when they said, yo, people look to your right, to your left. They probably won't be it, but you gonna be it. They do that in every incoming class. There'll be somebody on the podium. Hey, all y'all, raise your hand.
Hey, I don't know. I had a couple wake up calls in college though, man. But like, again, like we could all be telling a whole bunch of stories though. You know what I'm saying? But I think the bottom line for me, and you know what? I am going to tell you, this was significant in my life. This changed my life right here. And to this day, I remember like it was yesterday. So I used to sell big weed in college. I was the guy on campus. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit.
I've always been a businessman. So like we used to have like turn up Tuesdays. If you bought on Tuesday, you would get a little cigarello with your bag of weed. You know what I'm saying? And I used to tie it out like a little bow, whatever. Anyway, so I had just got done smoking, and I used to smoke weed in college. I don't even smoke weed no more, but it was with my homeboy, and he was a Kappa, but he was also on a track team. So like we had this dorm director. We stayed in these off-campus apartments, and right we had got done smoking. We had lit up an incense, so she had came in, busted in like she always do, talking shit. Like, what's going on in here? She was mean as hell. Her name was Miss Bass, and she's like, what's going on in here? Y'all in here smoking herbs? I'm like, no, Miss Bass, we just burning incense. Ain't nobody smoking no weed. Yes, it is. And she looked at him. She said, and I ain't gonna say his name, you know what I'm saying? But she's like, what's wrong with you? You got a bright future ahead of yourself. You shouldn't be doing this. You on a track team. You in a very well-respected organization. You better than this. And I'm just standing to the side like, damn, bitch, what about me? You know what I'm saying? She ain't say shit to me. So like, I wasn't gonna be shit. And after that, I swear I stopped selling weed the next day, and I went to the pre-alumni council, and then I went to the career center. I went and bought me a suit with my weed money, and I got a damn intern, and I got a pilot internship with McNeil Ortho Johnson & Johnson Pharmaceutical Company, and that's when I started turning my life around. And that's my HBCU pride story. Thanks, Miss Bass, with your mean ass. You helped me out. Thank you.
Oh shit! Nigga, that shit was funny.
She just completely ignored the fuck out of me, like I wasn't shit. Like, excuse me, I'm over here.
And of course, but a Beezy was smoking.
Oh
Yeah.
My god, nigga, that's like when weed was drugs, nigga. Back in the day, weed was like drugs. You gonna be on goddamn crack. Over that shit.
She just completely treated my young adult life like I wasn't nothing.
Look, when weed was drugs and the old people, yeah, that motherfucker was out there smoking them reefers. I saw him over there. Smoking that goddamn reefer. He was with that Johnson boy back there.
But you know what? The most beautiful thing, and this ain't even HBCU, this is college in general. Like a lot of people really come into like who they are as a person. You know what I'm saying?
Man, absolutely.
You know, I mean, you either, and that's why you got all these different groups like civil rights activists. You know what I'm saying?
Hoteps.
Wait a second. Let me tell y'all this real quick. And this was like the most haterish shit I've done, but I feel like this also like goes hand in hand with my brand of comedy. So like back into I'm gonna say like 2006, Gucci Mane. No, Nelly was supposed to perform at Spelman, and they didn't want
Gucci
Nelly.
Mane.
Gucci Mane. Okay, they didn't want Nelly to perform at Spelman because he had tip drill, baby.
Tip drill.
And the credit card thing, right? So all these black women was writing all these memorandums like, we don't want him performing here. It's disrespectful. We're a black HBCU who represent women. So I started like this organization on campus that wanted that banned Gucci Mane from performing at FAMU because I was like, we want Music Soul Child because he is like bad and like I was like leading this group of people. We had meetings and shit. We had a newspaper article about us and like, yeah, he didn't perform that year. I was literally bored because I would leave the meetings and go play his fucking album. I just would be like starting shit just because I would be like, this would be fun. And then I had a friend named Carmonique who was always with the shits with me. And she would be like, yeah, let's go do that. Like,
were y'all called SWV?
No, we were not.
Sisters with Voices?
But no, I remember doing that. I remember going to like a really, really popular party in Clubhouse. It was called the Clubhouse Apartments. And I didn't feel I was too high because I smoked a bunch of weed, but I didn't feel like going into the party, but I was mad that they were partying, like having such a good time. So I called the police to shut it down. I was just like doing whatever the fuck.
So you've been a troublemaker. This ain't just started like in comedy. So you've been a troublemaker for a long time, huh, Brandi?
Literally, my other friends was like, why are you saying all this about Gucci Mane? Like, bitch, your favorite rapper is Boosie. I was like, bitch, I don't know. People listen to me. So I just said he don't need to come. And he ain't come.
Oh my God. Y'all are funny, man.
Who's bored?
I'm trying to laugh at this.
Yeah. It's so much funny stuff, man. So much funny stuff. But I think HBCUs for just like helping me see what it can be. Like I look at Spike Lee, and who's like one of my favorite like icons, and a Morehouse man as well. Like that's somebody who I wish I could just talk to for like just like give me a half hour. Like I just want to talk to you about because Morehouse had no film school back in the day.
Wow.
Like I think he went to NYU or Columbia, maybe NYU, I don't know. But to do what he did without any art school at all, and now they have like the Ray Charles Center and stuff like that, and more like things for the arts. But to do what he did, and Morehouse in the 70s to the 80s with none of that shit, I'm just like, yo, like you are that visionary, you know. And I'm sure he went through even more things that we went through. So I want to hear like as bad as we think the dorms were when we were going to college, I'm sure they were even worse in the 70s and the 80s. And I just want to hear people's experiences. And that
I don't know, because by the time I got to college, them dorms was ran the fuck through. So they had to start off nice somewhere but they was old as hell. The showers, like the cleaning people who used to clean on our dorms, they used to come into the showers where the dudes was in there. Because you know, it was in Tennessee State, it wasn't co-ed. And I don't know if it was at some college, but you know, it was like all male dorms or whatever. But like the cleaning people was like some like older aunties, you know what I'm saying? And they would definitely come in there when we was taking the shower, and we didn't complain. I think a couple dudes on my floor hit a couple of them though. They was kind of bogus. I don't even know why.
It was always people from in Morehouse fucking like somebody who worked in like the cafeteria, or like a couple of chicks who worked in these offices. Like that was always
nigga. No. Them bitches that worked in that cafeteria was fucking them young boys in Morehouse.
Hey, they was definitely like, excuse me, like they wasn't supposed to come in the bathroom, but we in the shower, we coming out with a towel on. They be like, hey, like, oh my gosh. You want to come to room 626 real quick? That was my room number, 626 on the 6th floor. We got it cracking in Boyd Hall. Thank you very much.
Y'all had 6 floors?
We had 7 floors. 7th floor, we called it the penthouse.
Was it a male dorm? Was it just men in the dorm?
Yeah, so that's how the whole campus was. So you had like Wilson and Watson was freshman dorms, and then you had Boyd and Epps, and then Rudolph, and then you had like, I forgot the other one, but anyway, but yeah, we got a crack in the Boyd. Boyd was like the projects, you know what I'm saying? When I pulled up, niggas was outside like nicks and dimes, like, yo, this is not the block, but maybe it is the block. Maybe it is. It was ratchet, but it was fun. A lot of good memories. Shout out to Boy Hall. Shout out to Schmitty, who was the dorm director there. That nigga was funny as hell. He used to bust our ass all the time. Yes.
Eda, question for you. When you got to college, did you see a lot of?
I'm about to get out of here. I gotta be up in the morning.
All right, brother.
I love you guys, man. Keep doing great work. Y'all are just so funny, proud.
Hey, where can they follow your page at, Lavar? You know what I'm saying? Because you got your page.
Lavar Walker. Everything is Lavar Walker. And call me, man. That's my little thing I be saying in my video. Call me. But yeah, I gotta go lay it down. I'm about to pass out. All right.
All right, brother. Thank you.
All right,
brother. Hey, thanks for joining, Lavar, man. Appreciate it. Shout out to
no
Xavier.
doubt. Anytime, bro. All right.
Yes, sir.
My question for you is, did you see a lot of dudes at TSU trying to recreate themselves, like once they got to college and be somebody who you was like?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's what everybody was. Because people came down there first. It was like this. Like every semester, it was like a new character. You know what I'm saying? So
of the same person?
Of the same person. Like at first they came down, they was shy. Then when they got a little acclimated to the scene, they was thugs. Then when they crossed over, they was popular if they had pledged to something. You know what I'm saying? Then they was preps, like preppy, and they was all, you know what I'm saying? But it was really growth. You know what I'm saying? I don't really feel like it was character like they was trying to find themselves, but a little bit of what it was. But I mean, they was actually growing and progressing into who they was going to become as young adults. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, only thing I wanted to do when I went to college, I just wanted to party and have sex with a lot of girls. You know what I'm saying? And I did that. And shout out to the HBCU. And I graduated, but you know what? But you know what? Talk all this shit you want to. I was dean student every fucking semester. I went to class. I didn't bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I was smart in college. Dean's list.
Or
I was a dean student.
I never, like, what the fuck is dean student?
Yeah, I was a dean student. Yeah, dean's list. I made dean's list every semester. Still didn't graduate.
What's your graduating GPA?
I didn't graduate cum de laude. Mine's reached like a 3.2.
That's not bad. I mean, yeah, I think I had like a 2.8 as a math. Like, I barely graduated with a math degree because that shit was just. I don't care about this degree at all. But my senior thesis was on Hilbert spaces. I don't even know what the fuck that is now. Can you imagine doing a presentation and you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about for like 20 minutes? You just like reading cards, like yeah, Google, right? Like I don't know.
And Google wasn't as popular though, but I could have went in
Dewey Decimal System, whatever. Like I was doing whatever I had to do. I think my advisor, Dr. Brandi, had passed me because he was like, "Man, you a good dude. You been here trying," but he knew I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. Like I was like, "Let me just go teach these badass kids in East Point. I just need a degree. I had a teaching job lined up already at $33,000 a year. Let's go."
But yeah, I don't know how I would have been. I don't know how I would have been in Atlanta that young because I was before I even got to Tennessee State. I graduated from junior college and I was already wild coming out of high school. I mean, we got it in, party, kicked it. Yeah, but then like when I went to Nashville, like we definitely partied hard and kicked it and got in trouble and all of that. But like going to a city like Atlanta. And how I was at fucking 19, 20.
You keep saying how you were. Like, did you have like nunchucks? Like how wild were you? Were you like a?
Why Brandi laughing so hard over there?
Dude, that was funny.
But you keep saying like, I was wild. Okay, like you saying you was shy, like you was shy and timid. No, nigga, like we did some.
I didn't say I was timid.
You did say that. You said you was shy, timid. You didn't drink your whole first year. You was a lame nigga. I was the total opposite of that. Yeah.
Did you have nunchucks?
It was a dude on campus.
Like that's what would have made you a badass. Like if you had nunchucks.
No, I didn't say like. Are you confusing like wild with tough? I never said I was tough. No, I said I was just
literally when you say it like we're watching like True Life. I used heroin,
and then we see these pictures. Then we see these.
Like
then we see these photos of you from like back in the day. You just have like a FUBU t-shirt on with like the baggy ass jeans.
He wearing Jingo jeans with rope chains. Like,
I was wild. I'm like,
Jingo
I was
jeans.
so wild. I was so wild. But
Post the pictures and back up your claims, liar. I never had no freaking Jinkos in college.
Yeah,
I had
you
in
had
high
some
school.
t-shirts
But
that
anyway,
came
no,
down
saying
your
it was
knees.
popular in high school though.
Like you had a pit bull that you were
Why
fighting.
the fuck you even know what Jinkos is while you're talking?
because I went to school with a bunch of people who shopped at Spencer's. But
Jinkos was the shit
popular
back
in
then.
the early 90s. We a little bit older than you, Brandi.
when you say I was wild, like I just think like that's like something a pimp would say. Like I used to run a whole house.
So what should I say, Brandi? What should I say? What's the politically college correct terms that I should have said? How should I define myself back then?
I mean, I don't think that you're as different
We trying to figure it out.
as you are then. Like
What you mean? I'm 20 years older. I'm a lot more mature and a little chill and a lot more chill these days.
You're single. You chase women.
I don't. That's all. I don't
You
chase
get
no women.
drunk and fall asleep on your podcast.
I was never asleep on my podcast. What you talking
Talk about you was
look
bored.
at all these faulty accusations.
Oh my God, Dave! Wait a minute. When you said that in the chat, like I literally had just texted that. I was like, you cannot be bored on your own podcast. Like that's not allowed.
I was
Like, they're not letting me talk. I'm like, pull up the nunchuck.
Excuse me, can you talk about the Pythagorean theorem in chemistry class and how did that change your outlook on life?
Head ass. No, motherfucker, that shit was boring. Y'all, I'm saying, and James, he was the main one talking about, man, can't be talking like that, Eli. Can you talk about how it changed your life? I know. Yeah.
I hope that y'all keep all this on the podcast because this is.
I'm
I'm
like,
just trying to make some structure. I'm just like, all right.
no, we had structure. We deviate. Oh wow, that's a really amazing. How did that change your life? How did that change you as a person? Like, did that break you? How did that help you grow? Like, motherfucker don't even want to see that. We down to one viewer. Motherfucker, as soon as you start talking like that, the viewers should drop from 15 to like -5. I'm like, oh.
No, it dropped from 3 to 1.
I was gonna say it's dropped from 3 to 1. Like
You messing up my claim, Brandi. Just follow me here. You know what I'm saying? We trying to do something for Jays and Grays, baby. Come on now, come on.
okay.
Lavar saw that #1. He was like, shit, I'm about to just get on out of here. Like, this one viewer shit.
I enjoy going down memory lane with my HBCU folks.
I usually have more people in the comments talking.
A lot of people probably go to HBCU, so they might feel a little isolated, but I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Watching Keisha Cole and Ashanti.
Why are they watching that garbage?
Because people's on the internet making memes about it.
So how did making the meme make you feel about your life and you being a stronger individual, Brandi? Since I can't ask an educated question, Eli, talk about niggas getting shot at Popeyes and on
That's what the
William
fuck
Street.
they want to hear. That's what they want to talk about.
Edot's like the worst HBCU representative ever. Because back in the day, I used to be wild. I had
What you mean? You know how much money I spend at the library on TSU apparel? A lot. I support my HBCU.
I ain't never seen you with a TSU shirt. I've seen you with some South Pole t-shirts, some other.
You ain't
some other
never
bullshit.
seen me with no South Joe lying ass up.
A Mecca t-shirt in 2018.
I seen you with an Anichi button up last year on stage, Dave.
I saw
With a
you
fedora, with a fedora hat.
with
And it's
a
NYC.
Jabot shirt on.
Hold on. Let's moving forward. We should just turn this into the Ratchet Nunchuck podcast. So like however you want to style it, we just slapping niggas on the. Shut up! Just
maybe we do it once a month. Just once a month.
This is my favorite part of the podcast where y'all fight.
We
It
just
should
do it
just be
once
this
a
the
month.
entire time. Because like clearly the last episode when we just roasted his shoes for a half hour, that was the best part of the podcast too. And that was just like, if you don't get them moccasins,
They so disrespectful on this podcast to me.
That Tito's is kicking right
That's so
now.
disrespectful. I just keep it 100 and rugged and raw.
He said that's so disrespectful, right?
Why is my internet connection unstable now? What happened?
Nigga, why is your tongue unstable right now? Fuck the internet.
This is my second drink, and I haven't drank. This is my first drink all week, and I've been working out.
You
And I'm on this.
Is that water to end it or just straight up vodka?
Keto. It's water and keto. I've been on this keto diet. I've been on this keto diet all week, and I haven't ate that much, and I'm a little. So yeah, it don't take much to get me a little tipsy. You know what I'm saying?
You drinking half cup straight.
Yeah. Is you still on that? Is you still on that bottle of Prosecco or whatever that shit is? You over there drinking?
I had 2 miniature ones. I'm done.
And Dave, and how many drinks you is on over there where you at?
How many drinks am I is? How many drinks am I on?
You know what, motherfucker? Fuck you.
I only had that one Maker's Mark from earlier.
Y'all need a moderator.
We don't need shit. We good over here. Jays and Grays, baby, 2021. Fuck you talking about?
Did y'all ever talk about Jordan?
Oh, that was the last episode where his what was the guy's name? I can't think of him right now. The guy
Andre
who had
Senegal. He had got him cards. Andre Senegal.
Got him cards. Yeah. And then Eli brought his Jordans and was like, "These are mine." We were like, "Yeah, okay, right." So that was a fun time, but we do need a moderator or something because we have different styles. I'm like, let's keep it structured. You like, I was trying to have sex. I was a wild ass nigga.
Hold on, we was Dave. We was though. You know what? We're gonna take this off the show because there's right now people like this is probably what people start watching now. Like, get the popcorn. Like, what else y'all about to talk about? Y'all fighting? People like chaos.
Let me tell you,
people
the last 15 minutes, they about to go ham.
You got to get the people what they want. Yes, but no, we got to go.
What happens is Edot be drunk and he turned into the drunk uncle at the bar.
I'm not fucking drunk.
Motherfuckers, I used to be wild back in my day, bitch. I used to have nunchucks and we was killing niggas on camera.
I am not drunk. You know what?
Whenever somebody says I am not drunk, what does that mean?
It means I ain't drunk. If I was
people
every week on this podcast, I let y'all know, like, okay, I'm feeling a little.
That's like me saying I'm not fat. You be like, nigga, you are fat. Like you don't say you're not fat unless you fat. Like it's the same.
No,
I'm defending myself because y'all keep accusing me of being drunk, and I'm not drunk.
I've seen you almost fall over and drive like almost down a one-way street, still saying this you aren't drunk. Like I am not.
That was then. This is now. But right now, I am not
drunk. There's no range. I am not drunk could be you driving down a one-way street, or it could be you meaning you're sober. It doesn't.
That should be the name of the new podcast, the spinoff. Where you and Brandi
drunk. Sorry,
I'm not drunk.
We had that episode. I think it was week 3, wasn't it?
I think it was week 1.
Week 1 or week 2. Sorry, wrong podcast, Brandi. You was just here to talk about Black excellence and FAMU, not this shit, and telling all my damn dark secrets in business.
Why you a robot?
That's my
all my dark secrets in business.
That's my stern voice.
Oh my God. Well, I don't know what R&B radio show you think you hosting with that robot voice. And next we have R. Kelly, Nice and Slow by Butter Beezy.
We got next Butter Love. They used to call me Butter Love.
That's why your show wouldn't be sexy. You're gonna keep inserting yourself into everything. And next you have Candy Rain. And you know, I used to.
You got the love that I want, the love that I need. You know what?
Can I call you in the office? Can you just intro the song and quit singing half the song before you intro it, please, Butter Beezy? You're gonna be like, "Fuck you! I'm better than this shit." You need me.
So what was your R&B talent contest? Who was you singing behind, Brandi? Back in college?
I sang Mario, You Should Let Me Love You.
No, we ain't talking about a woman. We ain't talking about no dude. Like who's you mimic off of? Cause yeah, that fit me. Next, Butter Love, that was all me. Who was you? And Dave, while you talking, who was you? Who did you emulate?
Dave,
what artist? What artist did you emulate?
Who was you?
What's that dude you sing? I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish it was a baller. That was your ass, Dave. What's his name? Brandi, help me out here. Somebody, come on, James.
I don't know.
What's the intern?
He left.
I have always marched to my own beat, bro. Always. Like I wasn't a thug with nunchucks, but I was out there just kind of like trying to.
I didn't have nunchucks either.
I played the tuba. I was very happy. I played alpha. Like I was.
Can you post one of your outfits on the band when you was doing a crybaby on the football field with your tuba next to you, please? Can you post that?
Did not do that.
Yeah, we did, man. Like
the wild too back in my tuba days.
You just like when they had you air humping your instrument.
No, it wasn't air humping. It was literally fucking the instruments. Like it was like.
How was it, Dave? Oh no, put the camera back on Dave. How was it? Come on.
The camera has not moved anywhere, sir. Like we don't have multiple.
You got to get more motion in there. You got to act like how he was doing.
That would be doing the parades and stuff like that. Like I could talk about this shit forever. I really could. So. Tuba Dave.
Is that why your favorite movie was? What's that movie with Nick Cannon with the band? And
no,
shit?
It's not Drumline. It's Malcolm X and Boomerang.
They had so many FAMU people in Drumline.
Oh my goodness, man!
I think
Will Packer did that. He went to FAMU.
He did.
I would love to work with him.
And he's an alpha.
He just be doing so much like stuff. Even Girls Trip was about FAMU, and I'm just like,
that's cool.
Can I just be a consultant? Because you went there like 25 years ago, sir.
Well, I don't know. Tonight's podcast is a little unorthodox, but I have fun.
Did you?
Yeah, towards like the last 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
This is the worst branding ever. James,
this is the uncut version, y'all. We just keep it 100 on here, but you know what? Look, I definitely want to thank Lavar for coming on, holding it down, representing for Xavier, and Brandi Denise, our good friend. And it's like me and Brandi talk like all the time, and Dave, whatever. But to share her experiences at FAMU and Dave's at Morehouse and mine at Tennessee State, it was a joy. I love talking about the good old days. You know what I'm saying? If you went to HBCU, maybe some of you guys can actually can relate. But at the same time, you know, it was a great time bonding with these two crazies. Ain't nobody jumping in, so y'all trying to leave.
That's funny.
Dave, stay on fucking topic, okay?
Did y'all school have any symbol? Like my symbol was this, the Rattlers. We would strike again.
TSU was like this. That was TSU. TSU. TTTSSSU. That was homecoming. We was the shit.
What did y'all have?
That was. I mean, no.
What was yours then, Dave? What was yours?
The house, the Morehouse, the house.
The host is on fire. Is that what y'all about to say? The house is on fire.
All right, let's get off this podcast.
No.
It's so funny. I got a question.
We got 1 minute left before we get charged more money.
That's so funny.
Why you putting our business? Hey, why you putting our business
by
in the
our white
street?
producer? Black Lives Matter, James.
They do.
Go ahead, Brandon.
I don't have a question. That was funny.
Here we go.
Yeah, damn. We're gonna have somebody gonna be in trouble after tonight.
I'm not gonna answer the phone. You gonna call me?
I need for you to deliver tomorrow.
I'm not worried about Murph. Look, we're gonna talk about that shit later. Fuck out of here. God damn it. Why is everybody coming for me tonight? I can't understand
you
it.
Fell asleep and you got bored.
I was never asleep. I'm not tired. No, I wasn't. Go back and play it. Matter of fact, put on the clips. I was looking at my phone.
Trust me, we got clips tonight.
I was.
You're gonna be a meme. You're gonna be a meme tomorrow. Watch.
Are you really gonna try and do this?
We gotta try.
You think that Murph has that much more athleticism than me? Well, I
People
can't
have
do
no
that shit?
idea what y'all talking about. I'm sorry.
Okay, I can go now. I can just laugh at it.
Right.
Yeah, see how Dave just scolded you, Brandi? You know what I'm saying? Y'all talk about me.
I'm not trying to pay no extra money right now. I'm like, can we get the fuck off this spot?
You're fine.
But
Check
Jerry,
your ass.
Jerry from NWA. Our
Fuck
producer.
you.
Straight out of Compton. Okay, I remember that. That was funny.
How dare you?
Take you a second to get that.
Yeah, I'm about 3 to 5 seconds. A little delay time. It's cool though. All right.
Okay.
I have to get this shit together. Y'all like on episode 8, and it's the same as episode.
This might have been the most wackiest one that we've had so far. But I mean, you know what? We'll talk about it maybe tomorrow after our egos just kind of pick back up later. We ain't gonna talk about it right now. You know what I'm saying? But hey,
y'all gotta have an earlier showtime and less alcohol, maybe.
we don't need
Thank
no
you.
critiques while we live still.
I agree.
Matter of fact, James, cut this part out right here.
Gotta see this. He's gonna cut off.
No, cut it out.
I mean,
Is
it's
anybody-
live. What do you want me to cut? This is
How
live
many viewers
right
we
now.
got right now? It don't even matter.
2.
Okay.
3 across 3 platforms.
Oh my Lord.
There's one
These
on
three people-
Twitch right now. So
Oh, Twitch. We
Yeah.
on Twitch?
we're on Twitch, bro. I got you.
Shit, I didn't know we was on Twitch, goddammit.
We're
Fuck
everywhere.
with us. Hey, fuck with us. We on Twitch,
What you paying for?
iTunes,
Come on.
Spotify, Facebook. Fuck with you know what I'm talking about.
For 3 viewers.
Yeah, we got 3 viewers. 2 on Facebook, 1 on Twitch. We're killing it.
I didn't know we was on Twitch. How you like us now? Haters. Twitching this bitch. Twitch.
Can I fade this song out, please?
Please.
All right.
We been held hostage on our own podcast.
I'm so sorry, guys. I apologize.
Good night.
Can we-
Please give us a 3, 2, 1.